Robert from Pheasant Lane Farm. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you're doing well. As you can see, I have the new Diamond C loaded up with a load of pallets, plastic pallets. There's 44 in here, and they came from a animal feed production facility, I believe anyways. Got the Kubota over there warming up. As you can see, I got the saw haul on. I'm excited about that. I'm gonna try that out today. But reason for the pallets and the reason for this video, this is going to be a firewood video. Probably not a lot of talking, which is okay because I know sometimes I talk a little too much. But I got a good deal on a couple loads of standing dead spruce. My log guy dropped those off and it's been selling like crazy. People love the spruce for outdoor fire pits, outdoor fireplaces, to heat their garages with, and so forth. We're in the Midwest here, Northern Ohio. Around here, pine and spruce are definitely frowned upon because this is kind of everything's hardwoods. But I know in other parts of the country, other parts of Canada, that spruce is a main heating source. If it's dried correctly, it's a very good wood. But people love it for these outdoor campfires. So my issue was that my normal process is I take logs from my driveway where my log guy drops them. With the grapple, I take them back into the wood yard, either stack them or as soon as I get them back there, I cut them into rounds and let them lay. Run the rounds through the splitter, and then I stack everything in firewood cages. But the only problem with the spruce is I'm selling it so quick, there's no sense in me taking the extra step to throw it in a wood basket and then pull it right back out, like I do all the other types of wood. So I'm gonna make a pad out of these pallets. There's 44 here, 22 are mine, 22 are the neighbors. Some of them might get thrown away. I saw a couple of them were kind of beat up. But we'll throw those in the junk pile. And we're just going to process a bunch of spruce today. I love the way that stuff splits for the most part. This stuff's just beautiful. It looks like 2x4s on the inside. Basically, that's what it is. Excuse me. And I'm going to see how big of a pile we can get today before I got to go to work. So, like I said, put the saw haul on last night. I'm excited to use that. I did get a comment saying, oh, you should have showed the installation of it. Excuse me. And I know that there's a million videos of guys out there installing the saw hauls. That one mounted on the loader. It was super easy. Literally 4 bolts and it's installed. So I don't want to waste your guys' time, and it was late last night when we got home, but I was just so excited I wanted to get that on the tractor. That's been something I've wanted for the tractor a long time, and then just never got around to ordering for myself. And then my lovely wife got it for me for her birthday. So I'm gonna go switch out the bucket for the pallet forks, come back, unload these, run these to his house, and we're gonna get to work. All right, out of those 44 totes, 3 were beat up pretty bad. I gave the neighbor 21 and I took the rest. So I don't know if you guys can hear that. It's weird. The trees on that side of the property are whipping like crazy, and it's just this whoo woo woo sound, and behind me they're not moving that much. So it's kind of crazy. But let me flip you around here. Those are all food grade bladders that are for sale. The ones they got the black stuff in them. That was they'd put something else in them. I told them I'd take them because I want a couple just to use for like waste oil. But all the rest clean food grade totes. But I think this little area here's where I got my splitter set up right now. I'm thinking right over here this fall I'm going to clear out the back rest in there. I have a trail here so I can get the dump trailer through. I have to make that a little wider so I'm not scratching up the truck. But I think this would be a good place to go, because behind me is kind of where I stack all my logs. As you can see, I got cages filled up. I got spruce logs there. I got to stack these. I got another load of those coming. It's just been pretty crazy lately. But I think right here is a good place out of the way to stack this spruce. So we're going to get going on that. there we have that pad. 3 pallets wide, 3 pallets deep. I can turn the splitter around, and eventually this splitter, I'm gonna get these totes moved out of the way. My dad has one of those like Shelter Logic tent things he doesn't use anymore with the new camper. So he said I can just leave that up all the time out here. That way my gas cans and the splitter aren't sitting out. I do leave them under a tarp right now. But yeah, this will be a lot easier than trying to stack and restack and pull out of those firewood cages. So let me, I'm gonna drop the forks, grab the grapple, and we're gonna start cutting. Alright guys, got the pad set up, got the splitter turned around, got an extra pallet here of kind of, sometimes they got knots in them, weird shapes. I'll throw those there and use those for kindling in my fireplace in the house. Got a log here on the grapple ready to get bucked up. Got some other stuff over here bucked up. Let me show you something though. Oh, just slipped out of the grapple. So I don't play around those things. So these came from property not far from here, and I know a lot of guys. My buddy owns a sawmill. He goes, we don't want trees out of people's yards, you never know what's in them. Well, let me show you what I found, and I'm glad I found it with my eyes before I found it with my saw. This right here was part of a salt block holder because I ripped the other part off trying to get this out. That's some pretty heavy wire there. So even if trees come from the woods, you guys still look over them. I look over every piece of wood before I cut it. Granted, you're still going to hit stuff you can't see or old nails, but something like this would have been pretty bad on a new chain. So I ripped off the other part of it. That's stuck in there. So when I buck this up, I'll just make sure that I'm cognizant of that. But we're going to start bucking and start stacking. Or I should say throw into a giant pile. Got some roughly 20 rounds there. There's a few over there and a few behind the tractor yet. But that's probably 5 foot tall, almost 5 foot at the top, pretty close to 8 feet wide. So it's obviously less than a face cord. But I don't have a room back here to get a ton of rounds just stacked, because I like to keep them close to the splitter. So I'm going to split this, see how nice that pile comes out, and we'll keep going from there. And that was 2 of those logs. So I got a whole pile out there. I got three there, another one over there behind the tractor that's real big. So just keeping at it. Alright guys, it took me about a half hour to get the pallets out here and move some logs back here with the grapple. Then about an hour and a half to buck them up and split that pile. I know in the grand scheme of things, if you watch like Back 40 or you watch Outdoors with the Morgans or any of the other great firewood channels, Firewood with Joe I believe, this is a small pile, this is small time, and we get that. As I said earlier, our main kind of side hustle is these IBC totes, and the food grade is what we specialize in. We also do the dump trailer stuff, so there's gonna be more videos coming on the dump trailer. And you know, the kind of small beans compared to a lot of others. I got 4 loads out there. We made a deal with a logging company, tree trimming service. So they drop me off loads, and then I process and keep what I want and sell the rest. So I know this is small potatoes, and if I had a more efficient splitter, I would have a lot more there. This is kind of our Achilles heel. I'm very thankful for this. This is a 20-ton MTD. Was given to us by a family member. I used it for a while, a couple months ago, and then it just wouldn't start. Took it into the saw shop and lawnmower shop that I buy my Toro and Steel saws from, and they threw a new Briggs on there, so I'm very happy for that. The only downside is I'm all about trying to be about efficiency, and the cycle time on that's just a little slow. But for being small beans, all this stuff is already sold on that pile. This is all just scraps that I will use for kindling in our house to get our wood burner going, and then I burn all hardwoods inside the house. But yeah, this is small beans, but it's what we do. And like I said, my wife and I both have full-time jobs. This is just a little bit of a part of our side hustle, which is the IBC totes, firewood. We have the dump trailer services, and then I also do tractor work for people, light excavation and such. So kind of worked out this week. This is the first week of October. My wife works at a university, and the number of COVID cases are going up. So she was going into work a couple days a week just for like 2 or 3 hours here and there, and they told her just stay home for the next 2 weeks. So she's in there helping our daughter with homework, because she's homeschooled 3 of the 5 days. She goes to school 2 days a week. So trying to be homeschooling parents, full-time jobs, and doing this stuff. It's just hard to find the time. But tomorrow morning I plan on getting out here and doubling or tripling the size of that pile. And like I said, the orders are coming in for the spruce. Never thought we'd be selling spruce. And I kind of took a gamble when my log guy said, hey, I got 2 loads of nice dry spruce. Do you want it? And I said, sure. I wasn't sure if it was going to sell or not. But people really like it for the campfires, like I said before. So this is what we run with. You know, I'm thankful for the grapple. That's a Wicked 55 everything attachments. The tractor and the log splitter. That's all you need to start selling firewood. And also make bundles over here. That's just kind of one I made today, screwing around. People have been wanting the bundles, but even more they want to buy it in bulk, which is fine with me because it cuts down my time on making the bundles. But hopefully selling the firewood. What's nice about having this as a side hustle and having an LLC for kind of everything we do kind of falls under one umbrella. I don't rely on any of this wood for income. I know some people do. That's, you know, they quit their full-time jobs to do this. I have benefits at work. My wife has benefits at work. So this money, the only thing I pull out of the money we make from selling firewood or doing dump trailer stuff is basically fuel for whatever I did that day, and, you know, chainsaw supplies, gas, bar oil, 2-cycle oil, and then diesel for the tractor. Everything else just gets shoved away, and next year I plan on using that money to buy a new log splitter. I really like the stuff by Easton Made. I really like that new axis they have out. But with a conveyor, that's a little out of our price range. But it would be nice just to have the dump trailer out here, that conveyor, chop up wood, have it right up that conveyor, right in the dump trailer, and go do deliveries. But, you know, like I said, we don't do this full time. This is just kind of a side hustle, and we do it for fun and to heat our own home. So that's what that is. But I guess I got a year to start researching log splitters. So if you guys know anything that you're happy with, what style, I know a lot of guys like the axis is a vertical, which is really nice with the table. I don't know. The guys I buy logs from, they have huge wood piles, and I thought they had a big processor. They don't. They have a thing on a skid steer that cuts it to length, and they split all their wood on a super splitter into a conveyor. And that super splitter is quick too. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna go unhook the trailer, move a few of them last pallets that were beat up into a scrap pile. I gotta haul those away this week and get ready for work. So as always, thanks for watching. I woke up today, we're almost at 500 subscribers. That's great. If you're unfamiliar with this channel, we bought this property. It's kind of an old abandoned farm. No one's lived in it for a couple years. Kind of overgrown. We bought this, my wife and I, like the week before. We bought this March 3rd, then COVID hit. We started this channel as a way for family and friends to keep tabs on what was going on, being, you know, obviously we didn't have people over at the time. Got 3 acres cleared out there for a food plot, kind of do my wood area here, and just a lot of cool stuff going on. So we appreciate all those subscribers. If you don't mind, please hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't. That's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna go get ready for work, everybody. So take care, be safe, have fun, and we'll check in with you later.